That I don't think that's like it should be up to her if she
Well,
wants to
Yes,
speak publicly
yes,
or not.
well,
I think
the
so.
thing is, that's why I have my camera covered too. Um, it's a part of my release condition, and I don't want to fucking live in fear. Pardon my language, but I get Tourette's whenever I go through this again and again and again. Um, but I don't want this. I hear they're setting trial dates for July, August, September 23. And I'm thinking, I'm unemployed. I'm facing I've had some people cost my home, my property, and it's just big.
Yeah.
But today was a total wash, and I have to tell you, when I went in, he said, "There's a mask there," and I said, "I actually have my Bill of Rights with me." He said, "Oh," he said, "here's another one with the Bill of Rights," and they print off this little thing, and I didn't take it. I said, "No, I already have one." And well, this is a federal building, and we require mask, and you can leave now then. And I said, well, actually, I can't leave. So I did end up putting on the mask, but all the way there, I'm sure I had a big black aura around me because it pissed me off. But, and why? So maybe I need to take the charter in there. Just at the gates there and point out number one is wrong. It was never adopted. You can't follow this law. And here's the Bill of Rights. Do your damn homework.
Yeah,
But why would, yeah, I don't know why you, I don't know.
Did you bring the charter to show that it wasn't ratified?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, 6 times in docket court. This is a freaking money game for the evil. It's just another way to suck us dry.
Yeah,
I think this is it. Yeah, I think I don't know. I just feel like this is there's a lot of points in here that we could manage through a phone call.
Well, and my concern is, my concern here is I don't have the wherewithal, the strength. I'm trying to work part-time cleaning rooms at the motel. Like, I mean, I'm just trying to survive. I don't have time to read the thousands of documents they're trying to swamp me with, nor do I want that information on anything.
Right. Yeah. They shouldn't be giving you anybody else's disclosure. It should only be yours, obviously.
I think that's damn illegal.
No, it's not, because it's public. When you're charged with something, everything is public. You can walk in, like, you got Pat King's stuff, right, Rebecca?
Yeah.
You can go in and get anybody's stuff.
Yeah, but she doesn't need it. She doesn't need it.
No, she doesn't need it.
Yeah, she doesn't need it.
It's unnecessary to do that.
Yeah.
So can I request on the 13th when I say I'm ready to enter a plea, and because of the overwhelming amount of information on other people that I refuse to look for, I'm requesting the Crown deliver to me my full disclosure containing only matters that pertain directly to my charges.
I would say they won't do that, but if there's something missing, you can demand whatever's missing. But if they gave you too much, they're not going to do it. You can go ahead and do that, but they're not going to do it. I'm telling you right now. Okay, so
it's a mountain.
Yeah, you'll just have to like skip over it when you see somebody else's.
Yeah,
they're talking about somebody else. Just skip over it.
Yeah.
So I think let's have a chat, like a private chat to support you.
Yeah, like Kimberly's, we could do a Zoom.
Yeah, we could do that. Okay.
All right.
So you let us know. You're going actually. Maybe we could do them in the same night, like back.
No, Kimberly's getting ready to go to trial, eh?
No.
Joanne doesn't have a trial date yet.
Yeah.
So just go after them for the rest of your disclosure for now, Joanne.
Okay. So June 13th, that's simply what I'm going to say is, if they don't have it to me, they had to have had it to get the search warrant in the first place.
Yeah.
It was information. It's the ITOs. How can they not have that right now?
Exactly.
Right now.
Yeah, for sure. Get that on
and
the
it's
record.
90 days now. 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, listen, guys. It's almost 11 o'clock Ontario time, so we'll set up time to meet with you.
Okay.
Okay. And so, do you have your disclosure, or you have your disclosure plus everybody else's?
I have my disclosure plus everybody else's.
Okay, so just read through your stuff, and just when you see somebody else's, just get rid of it.
Well, and here's the other problem. Do I print everything? Because honestly, I am not computer savvy. I didn't even know how to change my name till Sachi walked me through it.
Yeah. So yeah, take it to a Staples or something and get it printed.
But then I got to pick through what gets copied. It's all on a stick. It's on a stick.
Well, that's up to you. I can't answer that question.
Yeah, I know. But it's thousands. It's
Maybe we
ridiculous.
can ask on the 13th. We can ask somebody if they can assist her to make.
Yeah.
If it's a PDF, they can pull out what she
Yeah.
wants to pull out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. Okay, we will be in touch, okay?
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Don't forget to join us on June 13th at 8 our time.
Yeah, I've got it written down, and I want to make sure I asked you everything.
Yeah.
Can I make the crown? Okay, that's the information.
Yeah.
Okay, you were talking about the notice of liability on the tickets, or being served the tickets, or whatever. Is there one that applies to criminal charges?
Yeah.
They all have criminal charges in them.
Or I'm sorry, indictable.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Hopefully we talk before the 13th. And
Okay, well, you message us. You contact us, okay?
okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, guys, I'm fading fast. I see Christina Pablos is here,
Oh, yay.
and I'd really like Christina to say hi. Hi.
Hi, can
How
you
are
hear
you?
me?
You sure
Yeah,
can.
I can hear
Sure
you.
can.
I'm good. Thank you very much for helping me in the border.
Yeah. And
So
you
what
never
I
got
want to say is that when so I left to go to Spain, and I used my Spanish passport. But in my way back, I wanted to fight for my rights, and then I used the Canadian passport. And as soon as I got to, they asked me to have the Arrive Can app, and they wouldn't let. I knew that they wouldn't let me board, like checking, if I don't have that. So what I did is I had a picture of the last year Arrive Can that I used, and I showed that one, but it was not from this year. So that let me go take the plane, and then when I arrived here to Toronto to Pearson, they asked me for the app, and then I said I don't have it, and then they sent me to a screening officer, the health department, and then it was horrible because they harassed. It was really difficult. They ended giving me 2 tickets that I already filed. I already took to court, and they wanted to give me a lot more, but I had a positive test and a negative test. So because of that, they didn't make me, they still wanted to make me do another PCR. And when I was leaving, I just left to the other line, and they kept calling me. I kept walking, and then the police asked me again, called me again, and I told them that I already had tickets for the PCR, and then they let me go. So, but it was, so yeah.
Did you get a ticket?
I got 2 tickets.
Oh, yay! Welcome to the club.
2 tickets. But they are exactly the same. they say how they can do two tickets exactly the same, and they spell my name. So I have two last names. They only put one, and my name is with a. They spell it with a H, and that's wrong. So maybe I can.
Well,
Maybe
even if you can't, Bill of Rights.
yeah.
Bill of Rights. So,
Okay, so I just wanted to tell my experience.
what's that?
I just wanted to tell how, like this, to explain how it happened, how I left the country, and how I came back.
Yes, and
Yeah.
let me tell you guys, they really tried to nail her. She called, and then I called Jane, so the three of us were on the call, and they were really, really grilling her, and she stuck to her guns and said, no. So
Mm.
kudos to you, Christina, because they were really coming at you hard.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they threatened to
Intimidation.
arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, just so to clarify, so when I came through the border, Officer Chelsea Huff told me that the quarantine violation is an arrestable offense. No, it's not. Now, in the Quarantine Act, there is a provision to be arrested. However, in the order in council, there's no provision for arresting. So the next time, it's like they're being very, very aggressive because I suspect a lot of people are going, not doing it. So they've been threatening people with arresting them. They've been detaining people, searching their cars, doing all kinds of things to be a problem. And I think that's because there's so many of us going, I'm not playing along. So for anyone who is they're losing their grip. Exactly. And so they're getting pissed off. And I suspect that there's some pressure from their superiors to be like, don't let them come through. And we stick to our guns and we say no, and we just hold our ground. And you just take the ticket like a champ, and then you fight it and you win. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, something else. So I also, when they give me this $12,500 tickets, so I gave them a notice of liability to the officer, to the health
Yes.
officer. So I don't know if this will go, but it will be great. At least.
Well, when you get your disclosure, you'll probably get his full name.
Uh-huh.
And so maybe.
Here is his name. Here is his Giannini, Italian.
Yeah, but you might get his first and last name through your disclosure. You might.
Good.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Christina.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
Thank you for fighting for your rights.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, two last questions and then we got to go because it's already late. Claire, you're up. Hi.
Hi,
Is this the Claire I know?
probably.
Hi, Claire.
hi.
You're PSW, right?
I'm sorry,
PSW?
PSW.
Yeah. Okay. Hi.
I have a question. Even though all the mandates have been dropped, all the agencies, the hospitals, the nursing homes, they still have mandates for all the healthcare workers.
Yes, they do. And
So
there's actually an order. There's actually a public health order. I think it's from Kieran Moore, just so you know. So all of the orders have been lifted except for it's not legislation. It's a piece of shit thing from Kieran Moore that I found recently. But that doesn't mean that they have the authority to do it. I just want you to know.
No, they don't have the authority to do it. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. And I was thinking of suing them, but that's not the answer because I can't find a job. I'm working at minimum wage when I could be making $25 an hour and working for 50 hours a week.
Here's the point of suing them. You're not suing an organization, you're suing an individual. And that's the point here, because when we start going, it's like what Scott did with the trustees, because before, Claire, they could hide under legislation. They had Directive 6, they had whatever it is. Well, now they don't have that. Okay. So when you go after the individuals personally for the wrongdoing, then that scares everybody else into submission, especially now when there's nothing to protect them, and you're not going up. Go ahead,
Scott's a good
James.
example. Scott.
Yeah.
Can I? he got the Otto Carleton District School Board to back down, and they're tough bastards. I've fought that school board before.
Yeah. Claire, you can't hear me? Claire can't hear. Yeah, I don't know why Claire can't hear me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now, but you're cutting out.
Oh, I don't know.
It's very frustrating because I'm sure I'm getting nuggets. I just don't know what to do. Like I mean, well, it's not the job. I want to work again. Like I don't care about the money.
Okay, so I'm going to start over again.
Again.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm going to start over again. Suing somebody is not about suing them for the sake of suing them willy-nilly. What we're doing here is suing individuals for the wrongdoings. And it's much like what happened with Scott. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. When you go after the individuals, the person themselves that caused you harm. So the person at your last job or the person who's preventing you, if you submit an application and they say, no, you have to have a vaccine, then you go after the person that said that and you go, oh yeah, you're violating my rights, and you hold them accountable personally. Because that's how you create change, and that's what's happening right now because they have no protection. They have no law protecting them. In reality, they never did, but they hid behind bullshit laws. But now they have nothing.
His own trustee, and the lawyers tried to say, oh, you can't do that. Yeah. You have to sue the board, the whole board. And he's like, no, and I forget the name of the case law.
Ron Sorelli versus Duplessis.
There you go. And he said, I'm coming for her. And then 2 days later, they withdrew the mask mandate.
Yep. I'm going to put this in the chat for you too, because this applies to everybody, Claire. They're not immune. They're not above the law. And if you want to take action, Claire, do you still have my phone number?
I do still have your phone number.
We'll happily help you.
I did speak to a paralegal. I spoke to Samukin, I think, to Mikan, and he was a paralegal. He was really good. He was on my side. He said, you'll definitely win. Yeah. You'll definitely get what's it called? Severance pay, but I can't save your job. You got fired, job's gone. And that's not what I want. I don't just want the severance pay. I mean,
this is the action that we're giving you, Claire, because it's not about asking for severance pay. You're not going in there to ask that. You're going into the person, okay? Say you walk in McDonald's and some guy punches you in the face, okay? You're not going to sue McDonald's. You're going to sue the asshole that punched you in the face. And that's the equivalent to what these people are doing. So you're going to go after the person that's doing it. Because here's the thing, Claire. Let's call him Bob. Bob says, hey, Claire, I got this great job. You apply for the job, and then Bob says, oh, by the way, do you have a vaccine? And you go, you know what, Bob? Inappropriate. I'm coming after you now, Bob, for $35,000 for violating my rights, my consent, extortion, assault, yada, yada, yada. And you serve the guy, and you follow through on it. And now what happens is that the next guy goes, I don't want to be like Bob. I don't want to get sued. It's flipping. I hate this saying, but I'm going to do it. Oh, I just used the word hate. I'm flipping the script. We're flipping the script. And we're turning the tables around on them because they're doing you harm, Claire. And we need to do harm to them. We need to, not that we need to do harm to them. That's not correct. We need to hold them accountable for doing the harm to us. And this is how we create change, Claire. And this is what we're seeing now. Does that make sense?
There could be negotiation too.
There could be, exactly.
Where they say, okay, well, if you take this lawsuit away, you can have your job back. They could say that.
Well, my concern is we're pissed off with you now. You'll never work for Bayshore again. And it's a big company, and I really did like it.
Yeah, but listen, dear, you can't just whine, okay?
Yeah.
You have to do something about it.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel a lot better when you do something about it. And if you change your focus and your perspective, you may end up making $28 an hour with an employer who isn't a fucking asshole. What do you want to work for an asshole for? It's not the best job in the world. And my daughter made $30 an hour doing house cleaning. She just put an ad up on Facebook and Kijiji, and she was more busy than she could even shake a stick at.
Yes, and Claire,
minimum. I think she did minimum 2 hours. $30 an hour. She had no problem getting $30 an hour.
Yep. Claire, people are begging for folks like you to come into their homes because they don't want their loved ones going in these shitty homes anymore.
Yeah.
They don't want
and
them.
you can do home care too.
Yes.
You can do,
This is the whole thing, though.
I
It's
did
not like
that.
it's not like I'm just whining. I've put ads out. I've asked people, and I'm getting nada. Everything is
job back.
Everything is
For getting your job back. It is nada, but it's not nada that you can't do anything about it. You can make them accountable for what they did financially, and get a better job. That's not a good job where they dumped you out because you didn't have vax. Not every company did that. They didn't have to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just the asshole companies did that.
Yeah. So Claire, you have, if you want to take action against them, then the best thing to do is go after the individuals who are causing the harm directly, not the company, but the person who's telling you no, the person who's asking to violate your rights, and you go after them and you hold them accountable.
And if you know other people in the company, you can show them how to do it too.
Would
Make
you
more of an impact?
Well, I think most of the people in the company have vaccinated, even though they didn't want to, because it's a good job and they don't want to lose their job.
Well,
maybe they're
I
going to
don't think
lose
that's
their
a
life.
good job.
Though.
Exactly. I wouldn't risk my life. That doesn't sound like a good place to me. That doesn't sound like somewhere I'd want to work, to be very honest.
So who would I go after? Like, if I'm not going after the company, would I go after the owner? Would I go after?
You go after the person that told you can't have this job because you need a vaccine.
Yeah.
You go
your
after
supervisor,
that, whoever that was, HR, whoever it was. The low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. And it works. It worked for Scott, like beautifully. And that Ottawa Carleton District School Board had a mask mandate 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or whatever it was.
It's gone
for
already.
all kids. For all kids. And he went wham bam with his notice of liability. Never even went to court, just the notice of liability. And they freaked out and they withdrew the mandate.
Yeah.
Now, can I email the notice of liability? Because
yes,
I can. Okay.
Yeah. And if you want help, Claire, give me a call or email me and we'll help you.
Yeah.
All right.
So I just want to
I promise you, when you take that kind of stance, you're going to end up in a better place.
Yep.
Wherever that is, it's going to be a better place. Self-employment or another company that aren't jerks.
Yep. People that actually will want you. People that will care about you.
And not abuse you. That's abusive, severe abuse.
Yeah. Okay, Claire?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And good for you for refusing the vax. That was a good first step.
Yeah, I'm actually, you don't know how many times I was thinking I should get it. Like
don't do it, Claire.
I'm a nutritionist. No. I know how to reverse it, but it's not the point.
No, it's not.
It's not the point.
You would be so angry with yourself.
Yeah.
Like I think about it and I'm just like, I would be so pissed off to have that forced into my body. Like I don't think I could live with myself. If in case it's not obvious, I have a problem with authority, but to be forced to have something forced into you that, yes, you can detox to a certain extent, but we're talking mRNA here.
My sisters are fine. My
it's
sister.
It's not that they're not fine.
Yeah, but you can't tell that they're fine. They could have a clot that doesn't manifest.
And it's not even that.
Immediately.
It's being forced into something that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So anyway, Claire,
I think you and I are in the same community, so feel free to reach out to me as well because I can put you in touch with some healthcare workers. And
who am I speaking with?
Pardon?
You're speaking to who?
Claire.
Who am I speaking to?
No, it's Amanda.
It's Amanda.
Yeah, I think we're in the same community.
Can you
I'm in Barrie.
Can you message me on Telegram?
I did message you. I'll message you again.
Okay, thank you.
But obviously you can reach out to Rebecca. You can reach out to me. But I can also put you in touch with some other people in our community who have gone through what you've gone through.
That's the thing, because that's what I thought. I said, oh well, you know what? I'm good at what I do. I had clients who phoned the office saying that they were going to leave if I left.
Wow.
And they did. They took me. They fired Bayshore and took me.
But
so
you could get your own.
I still have work.
You could get your own clientele.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's only one person, and I was hoping I could expand.
Yeah, well, you can do that. You start with you and then see where it goes. You've got listen, I mean, I certainly was never forced into a medical procedure, but I've had contracts terminated, I've been fired, and every single time when I thought it was the end of the world, poof, it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
Claire?
you can sometimes you can have one client, like just one client could provide your full day, or you could have 2 or 3 clients where you're going to spend time to give them a bath, or spend time with them or whatever.
Yeah,
I think that would be a lot more enjoyable than being in a system.
Well, that's the thing. I haven't found anything yet, and I left in January, and I was surprised they fired me because I applied for medical leave, and they denied it.
Did you use a Facebook or Kijiji ad?
I didn't use Kijiji, and that's the other thing too. There's families who want, the ones that are not woke, want people who are vaccinated because the damn
Claire,
government.
It's the opposite.
But you don't want that. You're thinking half empty instead of half full.
Yes.
You're the one, like, I wouldn't be looking for a vaccinated person to look after me or to look after my family members. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Claire, you get my phone number in the chat?
Claire, have you taken a break? Have you taken a break and just like relaxed for a bit and just like enjoyed some life and not stressed out? Because maybe that's what you need, and like just go away or something, and just so you can think about what Claire wants.
Well, I know what Claire wants. I don't need to know. I don't need to think of what Claire wants. Claire wants to be able to work as a PSW. Claire does not want to be cleaning houses. Claire does not want to be working.
Well, you see, you're thinking of what you don't want. You're thinking of what you don't want.
But PSW you can do in private home, no? You don't want that either?
Yeah, I'm doing it at home, but that's what I'm obviously not making myself clear. I'm not finding clients. I don't know how to find clients. I've advertised. I spoke to, now the woman who's hired me is vaccinated, but she was forced to be vaccinated, so she's somewhat sympathetic. And then I have another woman whose father just absolutely adores me.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful.
And he and she agreed to take me on, but now he's in Spain until August.
Yeah. Well, so, just try different things on the Facebook ad, like different messages. Change it up.
And
nice pictures.
Free. Yeah, feel free to post in the Stand4Thee group, because like I've seen people looking in the too, Claire.
In the what?
In the Stand4Thee group. The Stand4Thee on Facebook. Yeah.
You wouldn't know anybody, would you? Like, I know I'm whining.
No, but I see. Well, Claire, this is the thing. Like I've been in a situation like you, and I had a whole bunch of shit happen. I got fired from my job. My boyfriend dumped me. I owed the CRA a bunch of money, and I was just like, I was in this really bad mindset. And then one day I realized that I was thinking about all the things that I couldn't do, and I completely flipped my mind in a minute, and then everything opened up for me, because I realized that I was so focused on the shit that I wasn't allowing the good to come in. And when I took the time when I saw the words that I was using with myself, I realized I was limiting myself. And when I just let go of everything, because part of it too is like, you kind of have to grieve for your job, because that's part of the process. You literally go through the exact same emotional roller coaster as losing a loved one when you lose your job like this. And it's difficult. I realized though, and it was actually my husband, who wasn't my husband at the time, that brought it to my attention that it was my mindset. And when I realized that it was me holding myself back, and I just flipped. Instead of going, well, I don't want this, or I can't do this, or this isn't coming to me, I was like, well, I can do this, and I could do that, and I'm good at this, and I'm good at that. And people, and you know what, Claire? People like you. You just said you had clients that left or threatened to leave without you because they liked you. So you know what? You're a wanted person, and you have to remember that. And
it's
don't
not
worry
going to
about
take you long to build up your clientele.
Yeah.
It won't take that long.
Yeah. So if you want
Just
to do
stay
a
at
little
it.
write-up,
Use Kijiji and Facebook and any other thing that you can think of. Like you can post in community centers. They have bulletin board. You can post in there, and other places where you think, there might be contact with somebody that may need assistance.
Yes. Someone just posted Durham in the chat here, Claire. There's different groups that are like Durham Businesses Against Health Passes. On the Telegram, there's
I know, and those are the ones I'm posting on.
Well, maybe just like look for more of those, But I think like I feel like those are a little bit. They've become a little bit incestual. We're just kind of talking to ourselves. But Claire, if you want to do up a write up for yourself, I would happily share that on the Stand4Thee Facebook. There's 20,000 people on there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You can put it out on the email too, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Claire.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Claire.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It really sucks. It really sucks to be fired when it's not your fault. Like I understand if I did something.
Yeah.
There was a woman who bruised my client, and the CD. Her. She bruised the client, and she didn't do it accidentally. She did it. I'm not. Pisses me off.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There's the right job is waiting for you, Claire. It's out there waiting for you.
Better place. When you take a stance, like you have done, and I've always found that in my life, I always end up in a better place. Not even somewhere that I perceive or anything, but it just happens. You meet good people, you just end up in a better place than you were before you took that stance.
Yeah.
Don't know why it works like that. I think it's spiritual or something.
Yeah. All right, Claire.
Thank you, Jane.
We'll be in touch, okay?
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, last question of the night. Rhonda, you've been so patient. Hi.
Maybe she fell asleep.
No, she unmuted, but I can't hear her.
Okay.
It's very quiet. If you have a headset on, it's maybe your headset. Everything's really, I can hear it. Sounds like you're like fish underwater. Can't hear you. Can't hear you at all. I hear what I think may be talking, but I can't make it out.
Is that better?
Oh, there we go. Hi.
I had you on the Bluetooth. That's why, so I can hear you.
Okay. Hi.
So I have it's quite a story. I've recently, they have foreclosed on my house. So this is the second time that they've done that in the midst of the COVID. And I'm not really too sure what to do about it. Like they didn't serve me with any papers. And then the judge said, like when I phoned into court on the 8th of April, and somebody had already bought it. Well, I know the guy didn't list my home. So he already had a buyer for it. And I think this guy flips houses.
Which guy?
I'm confused
the guy that
here.
Bought it. The guy that purchased it.
Okay, hold on a second, Rhonda. You got to back way the heck up. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Who, what, why, where, when, what?
Well, it starts so long ago. Like my husband slept with my neighbor in my bed, and I came home and I was kind of fucked up from work. Like I was home for 11 months and I basically spent that whole time in my bedroom. And then he left, and then I got cancer, and I dealt with cancer for 2012 and 13. And I went back to work about 6 weeks after I was done the cancer treatments, and my doctor suggested I take 5 years off. And I felt I wouldn't be able to pay for this house by myself. So I went back to work, and I worked, I think, 2014. And I do pipelining, I road construction, I do siding, soffit, fascia, stuff like that, any kind of labor work. And after the cancer, I have some health issues, quite obviously. And they told me if I ever have to have any surgery again, I'll have to have a colostomy bag. So I can't strain my body as much. And then then I went to work in the fall of 2019 pipelining. And then when the job was done, my friend died actually while I was on that job, and he was like my soulmate, and I knew him for most of my life. And he died, so then my head was all crazy, and then the COVID happened. And I don't have TV at my house, so I didn't really know what was going on. And then my friends are all telling me we're locked down and you have to wear a mask and all this stuff, and I absolutely refused to do that. And then the bank, he phoned me, and I talked to him, and I ended up paying $10,000 last year, in January of last year. And obviously I can't get a job just anywhere, and they were suggesting that everybody get vaccinated, and I'm not doing that. I have a child that's deaf from a vaccination in 1987, and so now they have foreclosed on my house. And I think it was January, maybe February 23rd, I had a guy come to my door and tell me that he was the realtor for the bank. And or that's what the lawyer sent him. And I wouldn't let him in my house because my house is a disaster area. I have three people that have died. I have my whole garage is full of shit, and it's 2.5 car garage. So they told me they sent me a piece of paper saying they served me, and they did not. And then he came and put a for sale sign on my property, and I didn't. I just left it there. And then I went to that court, or like I talked to them on the phone, the court thing. And the judge actually told me that the second time I went, he told me that he was satisfied with them serving me, and they sold my house for $240,000. I pay land taxes for a house that they've assessed at $360,000. And I've been here for 22 years, and they want me out in 6 weeks. And basically the 30th is the last day I'm supposed to be here. And I'm trying to move all my stuff out because they don't want to lose my stuff. But at the same time, I don't even want to leave. Like, I feel like fighting these people.
How much equity is on the house?
I paid $200,000 for it. At the beginning of this, they said I owed them $104,000, and I started paying for it in 2006.
Okay. I have a couple of questions. How much in arrears were you with your mortgage, and what province are you in?
I'm in Alberta. And actually, it's all started because the bank so I got robbed twice in 2020 as well. So about 4 days after the COVID started. And then on the 20th of October, my insurance was $400 a month. My land taxes are $320, and my mortgage is $1,100 a month. My land taxes are $320, and my insurance was $400.
$4,800 a year for insurance. What are you covering? Is that your car and house?
Because no, it's just my house.
Oh my God.
$4,800 a year for your house?
Yeah.
Why?
You know what? Because I got robbed.
And you filed claim.
I don't know how we can help in this situation. Rhonda, this is really, it's not a great situation. The thing is that this is really beyond the scope of what we do with Stand4Thee, and this is a very complicated story. There's a lot of moving parts here, and I don't see how we can possibly help you with this. I wish that we could, but this is just completely beyond our scope with Stand4Thee. We focus on COVID-related matters, and this sounds like something that started long before COVID. And Rhonda, I'm very sorry that you're going through this, but this is not in our wheelhouse, and this is a very, very complicated matter, Rhonda, and something that I wouldn't feel comfortable giving you any direction on this. You certainly have all of my empathy. This is not, as I said, it's not a great situation, Rhonda. Again, this isn't something that we can help you with. I'm sorry, but it wouldn't be right for us to try and do that. You live in a different province. We don't know the whole backstory, and I wouldn't feel comfortable giving you any recommendation that could potentially cause more problems.
Is there anything that I can do to because basically, should they not have to prove that they served me paperwork? Like
I would think so, yes.
He's charging me money for a process server.
Have you talked to the bank?
I never saw.
Have you talked to the bank?
Okay, well, I asked him to send me the paperwork in the mail because my computer got stolen twice in 2020, and he refused to do that.
Okay, so you didn't. I suggest you go to the bank. That's what I would suggest you do, is go and talk to the bank, because like I would go and talk to the bank and ask them what's going on.
Well, I already know what's going on. They already sold my house. They sold my house.
Okay, so okay.
But the whole 6 weeks, like they're supposed to give you 5 months from the time they do it. I think it's called a redemption order. And they're supposed to give you 5 months from that time. But they never served me any of the paperwork to even know that stuff.
So again, this seems like a matter that you should address with the bank directly. So if you haven't done that, do talk to the bank.
Well, I did talk to the bank, and he refused me to send me the paperwork, and that's why I didn't get served. Like I don't have any paperwork.
So did you go? I would suggest that you go above that person's head and speak to the manager of the bank. Have you done that?
Put it in writing, like email.
They sent it to They sent it to Calgary instead. Like I live in a fairly small town, and my bank is in the next town. Actually, it's like 10 minutes away from here, and yeah. And you know what? He said to me, well, if you won't take it as an email, then I'll have to get a lawyer to send you out papers. And I told them, I'm not paying a lawyer to do your job. Like, why would you pay
for a lawyer to send them?
Well, that's what he told me. That's what the bank.
So I would suggest that you go into the bank. Okay, go in person, and don't speak to that person.
Well, he doesn't even work there. He works in the city, and I'm in a town, right? So
okay, so I don't think we can help you then, Rhonda.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
No worries. Thanks, Phil.
Okay. All right, guys. It is 11:35 in Ontario. We had over 300 people on the call tonight. So we certainly had a really, really, really intense, in-depth variety of conversations tonight on this Zoom. Thank you, everybody, for sticking it out. I hope you all enjoyed the presentation regarding the charter. We will get that up on our site. We literally, oh, thank you, YP. You too. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you so much.